Greetings all and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. I've got an E-25 replay for you today, and the reason why I wanted to show you this replay is when I was down at Tankfest with Ektar and Maxwell were talking about this particular tank. You can no longer get this vehicle. It's a Tier 7 German tank destroyer with basically the gun off of the Stug. Now, it's slightly different to the gun on the Stug for the simple reason it fires ridiculously quickly. It's got 150mm of penetration and 135 average damage, and with the premium ammo having 194mm of penetration. It's very, very mobile, very, 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 very stealthy. The reason Wargaming took it out of the gift shop and out of circulation was the fact that you can sit in a bush with this tank and basically rip a tiger to pieces, and the poor tiger probably won't even see you if you play your cards right. And Wargaming found that this was not fun for the guy on the receiving end. I kind of understand where they're coming from. We're on Cliff, I'm on a standard game. I run on this tank vents, rammer, and I can't remember the third thing I use. I think it's binoculars. I'm not 100% sure. Now I want to take an early position because, as you notice from the map, all the guys have decided to camp on the left hand side, all the tank destroyers, and there's quite a tank destroyer heavy game, this one. The enemy have 8 of them or 9 of them, and we've only got 5, so I was expecting quite a few tanks to be spotted on this side. I can't see anything, so I decided to pull back. I'm not exactly a frontline vehicle. Another good position for you to get to is where the Chiwi and the Panzer IV are on our team, as you can see on the map. In the middle, you basically nullify or put lots of pressure on like the E5, E6 area. What I mean by this is this kind of area down here, right where the Jagdpanther is. So I decided to move to our side of the hill. There isn't any artillery in the game, so I just decided this would be a safe place to go, put some shots into the guys that are coming in. Now I'm sitting in an open field and they can't see me until I fire my gun because of the camo rating of this vehicle. It is an actually broken vehicle. You can have some really strong ranges. What I'm doing now is putting accurate suppressive fire, or it's not suppressive, but it's accurate continuous fire into the sides of these tank destroyers. And there's not really a lot they can do. They could return fire, but if I manage to keep them down, keep their heads down, it's all good. I decided to reverse from this position and get blocked by the Chiwi. Bit of a dumb move there from me, but I'm going to take it out this T-67 if I can, because we don't want that guy up on that hill. Take one shot, it misses, second shot hits. All I need to do is see a little bit of his tank. Accuracy on this gun is ridiculously good. It really, really is. It's the Stug gun. The Stug gun is renowned. Now, the disadvantage with the Stug as opposed to E-25 is the Stug only gets around 30 to 40 rounds of ammo. This thing gets 60, so you can really put the pain into them. And the opportunistic nature of my play here, I managed to get across this field completely unspotted. Got myself in a nice little spot here to basically take apart this T-25. He has to reverse here. He has to come back. He's got pressure from the front now. I wanted to track him here. Now the problem with him, tracking him, his track unit has a lot more health than most of the tanks. I'm just going to take one to the face here. There's not really a lot I can actually do. But I'm doing more DPM than he is, and I'm hopefully going to kill him by the time he reloads. Didn't need a low roll there. There we go, happy days. And I'm just going to wait now. IS is looking at me, but the accuracy of the 122 isn't an issue. One thing to take note in this game, though, if you look at the flow of the game, the enemy, we've sent really nothing to the right-hand side. The T-28 HTC and the VK are actually pushing around really, really aggressively, so we've kind of got to get a move on here. And this is where the flank push kind of fails. These guys that are pushing up the 1-2 line, they're walking into a crossfire. And the SU-85 and the guys like the SU-1244 basically take these guys apart. The SU-1244 and the IS are sat in this square right here. And I decided I need to go and put pressure on them. But I can't really drive around the corner now. This HTC here has made good progress around this corner. So we've got to get a move on. Because the guys that are going into the camp are basically stalled. They can't go that way due to the IS. Now, the IS is looking at me. I thought he was facing the other way. I'm not going to lie. Tactical error from me there. And I just can't take this guy on from here. He can, though. And he misses. From point blank range. Now I decide now's a good time to just sit here, try and keep the guy's attention on me, and let the Chiwi put an entire clip into him. And I decided it's time to get the hell out of here. I wanted to go back and challenge the HTC, but there's no chance I'm not going to be able to kill this guy from here, from the position that we're in. So I decided to do something that basically ends up winning the game. And this is the reason I wanted to show you this replay. Me and the Type 58, keep an eye on that guy. He's been pinned down by the SU-122, and all the guys in the middle are getting flanked. Now, I noticed this, they didn't. They're going to die. The T-28 HTC is a really, really strong frontally armoured tank. And I decided to try and go up and put some pressure on this T-43. And the Type 58, I'm screaming in cap at him to just sit in the cap circle while we hold these guys off. Managed to get round behind the SU, take him out. Maybe a little bit too late, because now the T-28 HTC is basically taking apart our IS-2 and the KV-1. The KV-1 doesn't stand a chance. That Tier 7 tank destroyer has got a very, very powerful gun. But the T-43 that's behind them manages to actually take him out. So, I decided to do something now. To cap or not to cap? Well, I say to the Type 58, if that guy had got in the cap circle a little bit sooner, we'd be on the way to winning this game. And this is where the stealthiness and the sneakiness of the E-25 actually comes in. I work out where this Type 58 is going to be, and I tell him just to sit still. His job is not to actually cap. I thought he understood what I was doing here. Now, I was trying to type to him here. Type, stay still. I want him to stay still. I want him to die. I want him to die right there, because I can use him as cover. We both get in the cap circle and start the cap. Alright, so 2 of us in here is going to take 28 seconds. The Panzer IV-H is holding them off for as long as he possibly can, and I tell the Type 58, I'll use you as cover. Alright, I'll use you as cover. But he keeps moving. I'm like, no! Stand still. Alright, now, there's no way those guys on that hill can see me, and we're nearly at 76, 78, and the Type 58 keeps firing. Which really, really did annoy me, because now he's instantly spotted, and they basically put a nice juicy shell into his side, and thankfully they shoot at him, and he stays tracked and he dies. That's the best help that guy's been all game. Now they can't get me, and I've got 60 seconds to live, and they're putting all kinds of fire into the wreck. And unfortunately, the Panzer IV-H isn't going to last much longer. The Stugs join the fray with the 3601, and they do a fantastic job, the Tier 5s, of actually distracting these guys. The T-28 HTC goes down to try and kill the Panzer IV-H, and in doing that, basically seals the game for them. It's very unlikely they're going to be able to get back in time, and I'm twitching now. My backside is going like a rabbit's nose right now. Absolutely, my arsehole's puckering. I've done nearly 2k damage, 3 kills. Not the greatest amount of kills ever, but my actions are actually going to secure the kill. Managed to get the 6th sense icon going off there, which means I've been spotted, but there's absolutely no way on this earth with 15 seconds to go those guys can get up. The VK is bouncing off the wreck. I decide to shimmy. I give myself a little bit more cover. I think the Type 43, T-43 actually manages to peak. Yet VK is still pinging off the wreck, and the T-28 HTC actually comes over the ridge, but there's absolutely nothing they can do. GG. Now, I did actually feel quite bad for winning that game in such a way. Only netted me a 2nd class mastery badge, Fire for Effect, Bruiser, and Invader, and I kind of felt a bit dirty for doing that, but a win's a win as far as I'm concerned. Unfortunately, we have to have a big shout out to the T-28 HTC driver, who actually got more base experience than I did on a loss. I actually messaged him in game and apologised for the way I won that game. But I wanted to. I came to top on my team for damage. I got way above the team's average damage and average experience. So why the hell shouldn't I win? You know, the team didn't really pull their weight. Certain tanks weren't exactly being great, like the Jagdpanther Tier 7, top tier. Tiger 1, top tier, hit one thing. You know, and I wanted to carry. Well, I said carry. I didn't carry it at all. I just managed to secure the win. This is the thing about the E-25. It really can make some decent credits if you play it regularly. You know, 50,000 credits. Play 10 games, you've got yourself 500,000. Play 20 games in it, you've got yourself $1 million. They're worth their money, and one of the, fortunately, with it being taken out, you can't get it anymore. It may come back as a gift tank, but we'll see. All right, I'll catch you next time, guys. Bye now.